Hello there, students. It is I, Mr. Marcasa, and welcome to the second semester of the 2020-2021 school year. I will be your guys' 6th grade social studies class, and the purpose of this video lesson is to go over our course syllabus and how to navigate through my class on Schoology. So, for the first half of it, we're going to talk about exactly how to talk about my class syllabus real quick for the first half of this video. So I'm going to click on my PDF document here. And as you can see, I have your guys' syllabus laid out as well. Now, if you're wondering what this is my Promethean tool, so that way I can highlight different portions of this work as we go through it. So let's go over your syllabus real quick. Your syllabus reads 6th grade Social Studies Western Hemisphere course syllabus. Now, once again, we're going over this course syllabus because you guys have gotten new schedules for the second semester. So if you've had my class before during the first semester, this is going to be just a quick review about what our class is about. Nothing really has changed from the first semester to now, so no harm, no foul there. However, if you never had me before and this is the very first time you're having a class with me, this part's going to be very important for you because we're talking about exactly what our class is going about. So as you can see, the course description says the 6th grade Social Studies curriculum will concentrate on the Western Hemisphere. At the conclusion of this class, students will be able to identify and analyze the Western Hemisphere geographically, by region, and continent. They'll also describe contributions made by ancient and modern civilizations. This goal will be achieved through the use of primary documents, political physical mapping, simulations, class discussions, student text, and audiovisual resources. So the standards we'll be going over, as a course, as always, mandated by the state, we'll be looking at the history, the geography, the economics, as well as the civics of the area as well. Now, for our units, I've broken down your guys' curriculum into 6 units. Now, up to this point, Unit 1 and Unit 2 are fully completed. We're going to be starting off in the second half of Unit 3 for Canada. So for those of you guys who are brand new to my class, we'll be doing our DBQ essays about that. So we'll talk a little bit about that more later on. And for the rest of the year, we'll be focusing on Mexico, Central America, and the Caribbean, as well as South America. Now, as for you guys' textbooks and resources, your text will primarily come from the World Cultures Geography book, which I'll be providing on your guys' Schoology page, as well as anything from the DBQ document project for your guys' final project for each unit. And like I said before, I'll be providing those materials for you guys as well. Now, for your assessment on this one, just to let you guys know, I grade for 4 things as you guys are going throughout my work. I've been looking at things like knowing and understanding, which are basically content knowledge, investigating, where you guys are doing research, thinking critically, where you guys are analyzing documents as well as data from various geographic sources, and finally we're looking at communicating as well, which are things like spelling, grammar, as well as formatting and assignments. Now, for my grading policy, I give you guys a rubric for every single assignment that I give you guys, and the rubrics will talk about exactly what I'm looking for each of you guys' assignments as well. So that way there's no mystery involved about how you guys are being graded. All of my assignments were with 10 points, so a homework assignment, a warm-up is just as important as a test or a project, so keep that in mind, all right? Because my grading policy is more geared towards work ethic is basically what it is, all right? Work ethic. And the only problem with this kind of system, though, is that if you get a 0, it's really hard to come out of it if you get a 0. So make sure you watch out for those zeros, okay? Now, speaking of zeros, let's go ahead and talk about this real quick. So, a big problem that a lot of kids had during the first semester of the 2020 school year so far are on these 2 things: missing work as well as late work. As you guys are well aware, you guys are now in the second semester. Due dates are extremely important for all of your assignments, okay? If I don't get your assignment turned into me by the original due date, it goes as missing. All right. What ends up happening is this: if it ends up being missing, I'm automatically giving you a 0. That's pretty much how it works. You get no credit for it. Okay. Now, should you not turn it by the original due date, that's no problem. However, because the reason why is because you can make it up still. What you have to do is you have to get it to me by the very next day. All right. That's how it works. All right, as in the next day, as in the next morning. So for example, if you had an assignment that was due to me on Monday, but you didn't make that original due date, you better get it to me by Tuesday, first thing in the morning. Because what I do is I check for my missing work the very next morning. If it's not in there, your grade stays at a 0, and it stays that way permanently. All right. Now, if you should get it in by the next day, however, the highest you can make on the assignment is a C. All right. Depending that if you got 100% on it or you got at least C quality on it, the highest you can make is a C. And the reason why is because I'm not giving you full credit for late work or missing work. Okay, I'm just not. That's just the way it goes. Okay, you guys have your due dates. Keep that in mind. Get them turned in like you're supposed to. We can avoid that entire drama entirely. Now, late work, however, is a little bit different. Now, you might be thinking, well, Mr. Mikasa, isn't late work and missing work the same thing? The answer is no. The difference between late work and missing work is that for late work, it's because it is late because you have an excused reason for it. Either you were sick, you were absent for some reason, you had a doctor's appointment, whatever the case may be, okay? In which case, if it's late because of an excused reason, you obviously won't get the 7-point penalty knocked off your grade, okay? That's assuming as long as you get it in by the extended due date that we arrange with you. So for example, if you're late for a reason, because maybe you have a doctor's appointment or something like that, let me know ahead of time, we'll give you a new due date, and that's when I want the assignment turned in by. However, if it's not turned in by that extended due date, it does go missing, and we talked about exactly what happens with missing work. So keep that in mind, all right? My suggestion to you guys, however, is just to turn in your assignments by the due dates posted. It's not that difficult. We could avoid the entire drama entirely if we do it that way, okay? The last thing we're talking about real quick is, of course, remote learning and instruction. As you guys are fully aware, we're all remote learning. You guys will be responsible for your guys' learning during that time period as well. Everything will be provided via Schoology, so as we've been doing for the entirety of the year so far. Nothing new there. However, make sure when it comes to your guys' attendance, you guys are logging in. Every single day I have a warm-up for you guys to answer. And if you don't answer that warm-up, I'm just assuming you didn't log in at all, and I'm marking it down as absent. So keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Very important that you get those warm-ups taken care of. All right, keep that in mind. Also, make sure your due dates, make sure you pay attention to those because they're very, very important. We had a bunch of kids fail last semester because they didn't, pay attention to those due dates. Very important for you to do so, okay? Because no one's going to be there to remind you anymore. It's pretty much on you now, so keep that in mind. All right? So there you guys go. So that's basically the first half of the video where we're talking about your guys' course syllabus. For the second half of the video, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to come back to it real quick and talk about exactly how you can navigate my Schoology page and where you can find everything. We'll return right back here after the break. All right, so now we're back on the second half of the video. The second half of the video, ladies and gentlemen, talks about exactly how you guys can navigate for my classes, regardless of what class you have. My classes are pretty much laid out exactly the same way, regardless if you have me for a technology class or for a social studies class. All right, so the first thing you do is this. First thing I want you to pay attention to is that when you go onto my class, you'll notice that you have a series of things like this, which are your guys' folders, which are up here on the top. And the second half of the thing we have at the bottom, of course, are your guys' individual assignments, which are located at the bottom. Now, your guys' folders are a way for me to organize your guys' past content, okay? So for example, if you have anything that's due for me because you were late or whatever the case may be, this is where you can find all your past materials. I keep them up there until the end of the quarter in case you guys need to go back and work on something for whatever case may be, okay? The stuff that's here on the bottom, however, the loose files are right beneath your guys' folders. I'm gonna highlight this in yellow real quick. These are your guys' current assignments that you need to work for me, okay? So every single week you guys come in, I give you guys a list of all the things you need for that week, so that way you can get it done and work on it at your own pace, all right? So that's the thing I want you to be aware of. Once again, the folders require your guys' past information. Anything outside the folders is what's current for that week. And I leave it up there until the end of the week. I then put it within your guys' folders when the week ends, and I put the next week's curriculum up, okay? So that way there is no confusion about that. So for example, let's go and talk about your guys' past materials. So for example, if we're going inside this folder real quick, as you can see, I kind of break it down between your guys' lessons as well as your agendas for every single week, so that way you can see exactly what you might have missed. Let's say you were absent or something, and you can take a look at it that way, okay? And so if you, for example, if I was to click on this assignment folder, it shows you all the assignments you guys worked on that week. If I was to click on the second quarter weekly agendas, it shows you what agenda you guys had for the week, okay? That's pretty much how it works. And like I said, this is for all the past stuff is inside the folders, all right? Now the current stuff, which is the stuff that's outside the folders, that's what you're working on for the week, all right? Now at the beginning of every single week for my class, I post up a weekly agenda. It looks like this. So you can see in this example, it says unit number 405, week number 72, December 28th through December 31st. So if you want to know what we're working on for the entirety of the week, you can just click on it like this. As you can see here, it provides all the information about that week. So as you can see in this case, it says Monday, we're returning Christmas gifts. Tuesday, we're buying a PS5. Wednesday, we're buying an Xbox X. And Thursday, we're playing Call of Duty. Okay, so that's an example of what kind of weekly agenda you guys can find, all right? It tells you exactly what we're working on every single day, so that way there's no mystery involved. All right, so that's what that is. The next thing that's probably going to be important for you guys, I'm going to highlight that first, is your guys' weekly agenda. The next thing that's going to be really important for you guys is to click on your guys' warm-ups, all right? Every single day you have a warm-up in my class that you'll need to do. And the reason why that is the case is for two reasons. One is to help you guys review information that you learned about the previous day. And secondly, that's how I'm taking attendance in my class. So if you don't do the warm-up, I'm just going to assume that you're absent that day, and I mark you as absent. So keep that in mind, all right? So once I click on this warm-up tab here, as you can see there, it gives you a little prompt. In this case, it says, which is the better gaming console, PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X, and explain why. In this example, I'm going to give you an 8-sentence paragraph. All you got to do is write your comment below. As you can see here in the bottom, I've already posted it. And that's how I'm going to do my little, make sure that you guys are logging in every day like you're supposed to. That's how I'm going to take your attendance. So very, very important that you guys get those warm-ups done, all right? So that's the first thing. So once again, we take a look at your guys' warm-ups. We've also taken a look at your guys' weekly agendas as well. Now the third thing, which is probably the most important one, is right here, which is your guys' assignments, okay? This is an example of assignments would look like for me in my class, regardless of which class you have me for, okay? So keep that in mind, very, very important. In fact, if we were to click on this part here, your example assignment here, as you can see, it gives you guys your instructions. It tells you exactly when the assignment is due. So as you can see, it's going to be due Friday, January 1st, which of course is way past that. And it gives you a list of instructions. One, I want you to read the textbook pages, provided in the PDF below. Look at your attachments, here are your textbook pages. Click on the download button, you download your textbook pages. And then I want you to watch a video lesson. Actually, I'm going to highlight that in blue. I want you to watch a video lesson, all right? As you can see, I got my little YouTube video lesson. You click on that, it takes you to YouTube. You can watch the video lesson, all right? And lastly, it says click on the My Documents tab above to work on the assignment on the provided Google document. Look up in the top, there's a My Document tab up there. When you're working your assignments for me and you click on it, this is what it's going to look like. Oh, I'm sorry, this one's already been submitted, I do apologize. But this is what it looks like. I give you my instructions here, you just type into your document below, submit it, I get the assignment, everything is honky-dory, and everything works out for the best, okay? So that's pretty much how you guys work on my class, and that's how you guys navigate through my class all the time. Of course, if any future assignments I've put information on will show up here on the right-hand side, and you can see exactly what we're working on in the future as well. So regardless of what class you have me for, this is pretty much how you navigate my Schoology page and to be successful at it. So there you go, you guys. That's going to do it for this video lesson. As always, if you guys have any questions whatsoever, message me on Schoology. I'll get back to you guys as quickly as possible. So I'll see you guys in the next video lesson. Peace out and stay classy.